Oh, we've got that story about the guy that broke the Enigma code in World War II, and he was really zany and kind of awkward and later turned out to be gay. Who should we have play the zany, really smart, almost arrogant genius that no one really understands until it's too late? Who should we have play that genius? Benedict Cumberbatch. Hey, I'm Mr. Wright, and welcome to Wright at the Movies. Today, I'm talking about the Imitation Game. This movie's been out for a little while, but unfortunately, I haven't gotten to see it until just now. Imitation Game stars Benedict Cumberbatch, Keira Knightley, and Matthew Goode. And it's about Alan Turing, who was the guy that eventually learned how to crack the German Enigma code and basically won World War II for us. The movie starts out, and he's this really, quiet, reserved, almost arrogant genius who no one really understands, and he just loves puzzles.
It's unbreakable. Let me try, and we'll know for sure.
And the biggest puzzle of them all is the Enigma code by the Germans, and it's how they communicate to each other. And if the Allies can't figure it out, they're basically just totally screwed. Luckily, he thinks he knows how to do it with this huge computer idea of his, and everyone thinks he's totally crazy. His invention is still used today. It's been improved upon, and it's been modified, and it's been advanced so much. The Turing engine, it has a different name now, but we still use it. It's called the computer. He just sees the biggest puzzle ever, and he just needs to solve it. There's a little bit of patriotism in there, but for the most part, it's just what he does. He's really good at puzzles. He eventually succeeds, and the Germans lose. Sorry, spoiler alert. The Germans lose. It wasn't until recently that we finally found out how we won and how we cracked the code. And boy, this story isn't totally the best. This movie's very, very good at shining some light on a very dark and still, to this day, pretty secretive time in our history. One of my favorite characters was probably Keira Knightley, who is this really awesome mathematician. They're looking for all these really good mathematicians to help solve the code. And so they send out this big bulletin in the newspaper, and they get all these people, and then right at the end, Keira Knightley runs in. And no one takes her seriously because at that time, that's not really a very serious job for a woman to have. That doesn't slow her down one bit, as she answers the call and probably does even better with the math than Cumberbatch even does.
You have 6 minutes to complete the task.
Is that even possible? Takes me 8. 5 minutes and 34 seconds.
You said to do it in under 6.
This movie has a lot of math. In fact, that's what the movie should just be called. Math, the movie. It actually sounds like a horror movie. All the other poor mathematicians just sit around in awe, watching Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley just talk numbers, and they go back and forth about all these things and what they mean. And I felt a lot like everybody else in the movie, where I'm just like, I don't really understand what's going on, but it's still very interesting. One of the mathematicians is played by Matthew Goode. He played Ozymandias, better known as that guy that sounds like he has peanut butter stuck on the top of his mouth.
Even if John stops 99%, the 1% to get through, still kill every living thing on Earth.
He's much better in this movie, though. So Cumberbatch just has to make this big machine, and nobody really believes in him. But he just knows it'll work. And it's so cool to see all of this, the progress leading up to it. And then it just doesn't work for the longest time, and you feel so bad because he's risked so much getting this far. It's just really, really heartbreaking and really heart-wrenching because you know he can do it. And you just feel for him. You just know he can do it. He can do it. Most of the movie, he just seems like this quiet, reserved, almost arrogant jerk. And as the movie goes, he starts to warm up to people more, and he starts to just really become part of the family, and after a while, you can't imagine the team without him. He's just really loyal and sweet and nice, and he's just really misunderstood. Sound familiar? I love Cumberbatch. I think he's a really good actor. I do think he needs to worry about being typecast, though, because this is just Sherlock. Again. He's just, again. It's a good character, he does good with it, but just, since I go to the theater a lot, I kind of notice a bit about people and myself when I'm watching a movie. And at the end of this movie, I did do the theater cry. I don't ever really cry in the theater if there's something really emotional, but when something's really emotional and it really hits me, I do notice I get a little bit of mist right in this eye, right? And like one tear rolls down. You're like, oh, get out of here. I'm in public. What are you doing? And like, I did that in this. It's really powerful and it's really inspiring. And it's just really crazy to know that this was a true story. I really liked it. This is a movie that I think deserves the Oscar nomination. 2 thumbs up. This is a really beautiful, enduring, and just very inspirational story about a guy that just pretty much won World War II, in a story that we've pretty much not known much about until very recently. I definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Mr. Wright. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.